Hello, hi, my name is Nathan. Welcome to Master YouTube channel, a place for monster learners. Today's topic is slope of the budget line, change in the budget set, and optimal choice of the consumer. See, in the previous video, we have discussed detailedly about the budget line and we have derived the equation. In this, we are going little bit detailed, and that too. This video will be very interesting. A little bit mathematical concepts will be included over here. So this is, you are very conversant with this graph because we have discussed about this multiple times. Now, the base for creating the slope of the budget line is this one. See, let's take 2 bananas and 3 mangoes. Sorry, 2 bananas and 6 mangoes and 3 bananas and 4 mangoes. So here again, to get an extra banana, you have to sacrifice some mangoes. So here to get to get extra banana, you have to sacrifice 2 mangoes. Similarly, in this case, you have to sacrifice 6 mangoes to get 3 bananas, right? Now, what do you mean by a slope of the budget line? Slope is nothing but how many mangoes that you are sacrificing in order to get an extra banana is called as slope. Okay, clear? Slope of the budget line is, as per your NCERT book, rate at which consumers substitute bananas for mangoes. Nothing but how many mangoes you are sacrificing. First, let's think logically. See, these are the price of the banana and price of the mango, P1, P2. Okay, now, first you have to get an extra banana. So to get an extra banana, how much you have to spend? How much you need to buy extra banana? You need P1 amount. Okay. Can you sacrifice bananas? No, you cannot sacrifice a banana. So only thing that you can do is you have to sacrifice mangoes. Okay. So if you need extra P1 amount, you have to decrease this P1 amount from the mangoes. Hope you understood this. See, reduce P1 amount of expenditure on mangoes. For example, let's say your banana cost is 10 rupees. Okay. And previously, you have purchased mangoes for 100 rupees. Now, for you to get an extra banana, what you have to do? You have to reduce this 10 rupees from the amount that you spent for the mangoes. Okay, so you used to spend 100 rupees. Now you used to spend only 90 rupees. That is what I'm explaining here. How much you need to buy an extra banana? P1. You have to reduce P1 amount of expenditure on mangoes. So this is the price. Okay. Number of mangoes is equal to what? For P1, how many mangoes do you get? See, 1 mango's cost is P2. For P1, how much you'll get? P1 into 1 by P2. Just your mathematics stuff. P1 into 1 by P2. P1 by P2 number of mangoes you will get for P1. So slope is equal to P1 by P2. I'll explain it again. So you need an extra banana. For an extra banana, how much you have to spend? P1. And you cannot reduce bananas. So you have to compensate it from the mangoes. So you have to reduce P1 amount of expenditure on mangoes. So how many mangoes do you get for P1? P1 by P2 number of mangoes. So that's the reason slope is equal to P1 by P2. Fine. Now let's let's derive the slope from this equation. So x1, x2, and it has been, what is this del x1? Del x1 is the change. This del x2 is the change. Okay. So this point will be x1 plus del x1. This point will be x2 plus del x2. So del x2, is it positive or negative? That we'll see later. Okay. So this is the change. Now from this, what is the equation? P1 x1 plus P2 x2 is equal to m. From this, what is the equation? P1 into x1 is nothing but x1 plus del x1. P2 into x2 plus del x2 is equal to m. From this, if I'm subtracting this, P1 x1 and P1 x1 gets cancels. So this one will be P1 del x1. Here also P2 x2 and P2 x2 gets cancels. Then it is P2 del x2 is equal to m, and m gets cancelled. It will be 0. So P1 del x1 plus P2 del x2 is equal to 0, from which del x2 by del x1, this is the slope, del x2 by del x1 is equal to minus P1 by P2. Since the slope is a modulus, slope is equal to P1 by P2. That's it. Okay. In simple terms, in the previously, so you have to get an extra banana, which is P1 rupees. So for P1, how many mangoes you get? P1 by P2. So that is what is slope. So that's what we previously discussed, and this is from the equation. And then now let's discuss about the changes in the budget set. What do you mean by changes in the budget set? So you have the budget M. What if the budget increased, or what if the budget decreased? What will be the behavior, or what will be the position of this budget line? Okay, now let's say that income has been increased from M to M dash, increased. If the income increased, our purchasing power also increases, right? Our purchasing power also increases, which means we can get extra banana and extra mangoes. So the line will be like this: P1 x1 plus P2 x2 is equal to M dash, right? Now let's say if income decreases from M to M cap, so your income reduced, which means your purchasing power also reduced. Previously your budget was 100 rupees. Now your budget is 80 rupees. In that case, what you have to do? You can't get this many bananas. You have to reduce your bananas because now your budget has been reduced. Similarly, you can't get this many mangoes. You have to reduce your mangoes. So your budget line will be this one. Okay. And then similarly, your x-intercept and y-intercept will be M cap by P1, M cap by P2. Got it? If the income increases, your purchasing power increases, you get extra bananas and extra mangoes, so your budget line shifts upwards. If your income decreases, your purchasing power reduces, you'll get less bananas and less mangoes, so your budget line shifts downwards. That's it, right? Now, what if the price of a banana increased from P1 to P1 dash? Price increased. Previously our budget increased. Now price increased. Increase of price is just a negative for the consumer, right? Now, starting from here, you don't have any problem with the mangoes because the price of the mango is same. Okay, it will start from here only. There won't be any change in that. But since the price of a banana increased, so which means you can't purchase this much. You will reduce your purchase because the price of the banana increased. So you'll get less bananas now. So this is how your budget line shifts. Your budget line shifts leftwards. The price of the banana increased, your budget line shifts leftwards. Let's say if the price decreases from P1 to P1 cap, if your price decreased from P1 to P1 cap, what happens? There is no change here. This is fine. But now if your banana rate is decreased, now you can buy more bananas. So now your budget line shifts towards rightwards. Okay. Hope you're very clear with this. Now you plot what if the price of a mango increased and price of a mango decreased, how the graph looks like. Just plot yourself. It is very simple. Now, optimal choice of the consumer. See, when we are discussing about the features of the indifference curve, so what we discussed, higher difference curve has higher utility. Okay, which means this curve has higher utility, this curve has less utility, and this curve has less utility. So optimal choice of the consumer, if I'm doing nothing, so I want a product from this curve. Okay, see, this is how explained from this. Here you have 2 bananas, 4 mangoes. Here you have 3 bananas, 4 mangoes, and here you have 4 bananas, 4 mangoes. Since you're getting more here, choice of the consumer would be this. But we are forgetting one thing. What is that? We are forgetting the budget line. Okay. Now, this point is beyond the budget line. So the customer don't choose this one because it is beyond the budget line. Now let's come to this. What about this point? Will this be an optimal choice of the consumer? No, because consumer can still get more because this point is also affordable. So since he can get more, consumer's optimum choice will be this point, which is 3 bananas, 4 mangoes. All right. So thanks a lot for your time. Please teach me back by providing your comments in the feedback section. Thank you.